Freedom for Ireland by Kiami Hepburn. During its early years, Ireland experienced several surges of conquerors such as the Anglo-Saxons, Celts, and Vikings. However, Ireland came under the dominion of the British monarch in 1541, and English immigrants began to settle in the northern region of the country shortly thereafter. The Irish, who were predominantly Catholic, had their land seized and transferred to the predominantly Protestant settlers during the period of the British rule. Blakemore. The persistent animosity between Catholics and Protestants was exacerbated by the oppressive colonial rule of the Great Britain over the island. The Irish nationalist movement expanded over time, and in 1921, after decades of violent conflict, the United Kingdom partitioned the country. Belfast, proclaimed a Protestant state for Protestant people, remained a territory of the United Kingdom while majority Catholic Ireland achieved independence. Blakemore. Northern Ireland, governed by Protestant officials who subjected them to discrimination and inconsistent law enforcement, was not universally embraced by all individuals who desired political independence and equitable treatment. As the Catholic working class confronted housing insecurity, unemployment, and persisting discrimination, law enforcement resorted to physical violence against demonstrators. The Troubles had begun. Blakemore. In January 1969, Catholic nationalists staged a march from Belfast to Derry. Resuming their endeavors, the Protestant police were powerless to halt the Loyalists' use of stones, clubs, and other implements. Departures ensued in a state of unrest in Derry. Blakemore. The initial civil rights movement in Northern Ireland, which Catholics initiated in opposition to what they perceived as discriminatory policies by the Protestant-dominated government, escalated into violence in 1969, aided by paramilitary. Blakemore. Following a hotel explosion in 1985 that was targeted at British leaders with assassination intentions, the Anglo-Irish Agreement was signed between the United Kingdom and the Republic of Ireland, granting the latter a role in matters pertaining to Northern Ireland. Blakemore. A peace deal struck in April 1998 created a power-sharing government that included political forces aligned with armed groups. Blakemore. It was signed by the British and Irish governments as well as 4 of the major political parties in Northern Ireland: Sinn Féin, the Ulster Unionist Party, the Social Democratic and Labour Party, and the Alliance Party. Blakemore. The Belfast Agreement, usually called the Good Friday Agreement, has been implemented. Although paramilitary groups still exist, they have mostly disarmed and, to a large extent, violence has ceased. Blakemore. There was a systematic discrimination in housing and jobs, says James Smith, a history professor at the University of Notre Dame who grew up in Belfast. The biggest employer in Belfast was a shipyard, but it had a 95% Protestant workforce. In the city of Derry, which had a 2/3 Catholic majority, the voting districts had been gerrymandered so badly that it was controlled politically by the Protestant loyalists for 50 years. Ruse. Another witness, Olivia O'Hagan, made an effort to remain clear of politics. The Troubles in Northern Ireland, however, found a means to reach her doorstep. Her sibling was initially abducted and murdered. Her father then got shot at for purchasing property from a Protestant. O'Hagan had developed a coma of dread and was surrounded by individuals who were paranoid of paramilitary forces or random attacks claiming their lives. Blakemore. You didn't know who to trust, she recalled in 2013 oral history. You just kept yourself to yourself. You didn't get angry whenever you heard of all the people being shot dead. You just thought, when is this ever going to end? Blakemore. Ireland need not be the servant of international capital. O'Leary. Ireland's largest market is the EU. Between Boston and Berlin, Ireland manufactures, provides services, and sells. Ireland offers excellent impeccable foundations and exceptional graduates. Irish startups and significant domestic businesses might result from this agreement, which may free Ireland and allow it to break away from external dependence. O'Leary. Ireland can sustain a social contract and better public services for higher taxes. Irish property then must pay for Irish poverty, which in turn we can continue to help our family be the best they can be and receive as much support as they need to avoid child poverty, homelessness, and many other potential problems that other countries face. Bloloskedeth. Northern Ireland struggles to deliver essential services and resolve sectarian conflicts. The COVID-19 outbreak, the local government collapsed strained health services. Nurses and other healthcare workers have regularly protested poor UK salaries. Brexit and the dissolution of Stormont have eliminated financing for many important social programs. Landau. By 2030, those aged between 0 and 18 in 2011 will decisively tip the balance, and that the future of Northern Ireland will be in the hands of non-Protestant majority O'Leary. If those who favor independence in Northern Ireland continue to catch up and gain more traction, we can vote and win to be a unified Ireland. However, O'Leary states it is politically impossible or unwise. O'Leary. A scary realization that even though we have the votes we need from the people to become an independent Ireland, it seems like the UK will still go against us because politically they have the power to overturn us. Do not overlook how Ireland came to be governed and persecuted. Due to the unauthorized settlement initiated by Protestants, it is only appropriate that they regain what is legitimately Ireland's. Protestants must embrace this, and if they do not, either they need to depart or remain and negotiate a peaceful treaty with Ireland, abstaining from all violence. Perhaps Ireland will vote for all the Protestants to leave as a whole. Thank you.